Hey everyone! Today we're going to introduce inequations. What are inequations? They sound like equations. Well, they are very similar. An inequation is basically a number sentence where the equal sign has been replaced with an inequality sign, a less than, or a greater than, or a greater than or equal to, or a less than and equal to. So it's like a normal number sentence, but the equals has been replaced with an inequality sign. In inequations, we're going to learn how to solve inequations, but also how to graph them on a number line. In today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to graph an inequality, an inequation on a number line. It's simple, just watch. We know on a number line, we have numbers maybe from 0 to 100, or any numbers for that instance. In this case here, we are asked to graph x equal to 5. X equals to 5. Graph that on the number line. Very simple. We have our number line and we basically put a colored dot on the 5. Now we have just graphed x equals to 5. So x is 5. So we actually graph it on the number line. Very simple with a colored dot. What if we are asked to graph x is greater than 5? X is greater means it's larger, it's bigger than 5. It can be 5.1, it can be 6, it can be 100, it can be a million. It's greater than 5. How do we graph that on a number line? Very simple. We have our number line, and on the 5 we draw a circle, a hollow circle, and we show an arrow pointing towards the greater side, to the bigger side, pointing towards the 6, the 7, the 8. It's continuous. It shows that x does not equal to 5, but it's bigger than 5. It's not colored, so the circle is not colored, it's hollow. It shows that it is larger than 5, but it does not equal to 5. On the other hand, if we are saying graph x less than 5, same thing, but the arrow is going towards the less than side. So we have on the number line our 5, and we have a hollow circle on the 5. Hollow meaning it does not equal to 5, but it starts at 5, and it goes to the less side. So the arrow goes towards the 4, goes towards the 3, goes towards the negatives. So x less than 5 means that x can be less than 5. It can be 4.9. It can be 4.99, but it can't be 5. It can be 3, it can be 1, it can be 0, it can be negative 10, but it can't be 5 or more, so it's less than 5. What if we have x is greater than or equal to 5? So it can be 5, but more as well. Simple. We have our number line, we put a colored dot on the 5, meaning it can be 5, but we show an arrow towards the greater side, meaning it can be 5 or more. It can be 5, 5.1, 100, 1,000, a million. The colored dot shows that it can be 5 or more. So we color the dot and we put the arrow towards the greater side. Then we have our last scenario where x is less than or equal to 5. It can be 5, but it can also be less than 5. So we have a colored dot on the 5 and the arrow goes towards the less side. So it can be 5 or less. 5, 4.9, 4.8, 4.75, 3, 1, 2. It can be any number, 5 or less. So x is less than or equal to 5. This is simply how to graph an inequation on a number line. Now this is the basics of inequations. We learned how to graph them. In future lessons, we're going to learn how to solve inequations as well.